Hello everyone and welcome back to XGR. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit ranty. It's just going to be a video about how I feel about this whole console war and, of course, about Xbox Game Show and whatnot. As you can see by the video's title, I agree with Alanah Pearce in many ways. I think she makes a great point. And if you haven't seen her video already, go check it out. It's like 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. You can find her on YouTube at Alanah Pearce. She used to be like a IGN reviewer, and then now she works for Funhouse. However, anyway, pretty much I'll sum up her video. She was just blown away by seeing how many people were talking about this console war and which console is going to be better. But in the midst of all that, it's like Game Pass. It was almost like the game show yesterday from Xbox was more like an advertisement for Game Pass, because all those games we just saw are going to be on Game Pass, for free day one to everyone that has Game Pass. And it's not exactly free. It's $15 a month. But with that $15 a month, you're not just getting Game Pass games. You're getting Xbox Live to play with your friends in the rest of the world. You're getting, of course, Game Pass, which gives you over 100 games, and Microsoft's first-party games day one for free, of course, with the $15. And you are getting xCloud now. So you're getting 3 big services rolled into one for a $15 price point. And we have to look at that and be like, wow, that's pretty good. And it is. We have to praise Game Pass. Because, like she said in the video games are expensive. As an adult, we got other things to do. We got things to pay. Food to get. And $60, and now with NBA 2K saying that they want to charge $70 on the next-gen consoles, it's getting a little outrageous and a little, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for anyone, But in the midst of all this, PlayStation has some really good exclusives. It does. We know that, period. It's got Last of Us. It had God of War. It's got the Uncharted series. And we know those games are amazing. What was it? Horizon Zero Dawn? Another amazing game. All exclusive to the PlayStation. All at a $60 price point. But on the other side, we see Xbox becoming more of a service, I think. I don't see Xbox as being a hardware selling product anymore. I see Xbox, and I think Xbox Game Pass and everything you can get with it. Xbox seems to be blurring the lines now a little bit between cross-play and where you can play your Xbox games, because Xbox Game Pass is also on PC, Windows now. And it's becoming difficult for me to see. As of right now, I have a computer that can play pretty much any game 1080p with ultra settings, with very high FPS. It's higher than the Xbox One X can get as of right now. That might change with the Series X, but why would I get another Xbox when Game Pass, a lot of the games on that are now going to PC? So I feel that the Xbox might be meant more for younger people, begging their parents to get them an Xbox. And I see maybe for older people that don't want to set up a computer or don't know how to use it, and it's complicated. Of course, the Xbox, it's simple. It's easy to move through. It's easy to navigate, compared to a computer. And, you got to tweak things to get some games to work correctly on a computer sometimes, change the graphic settings. Xbox doesn't have that. You just get in, you play, boom, you're done. But the bottom line is that I think Xbox, the hardware seems to be the top of the line right now. If they offer the Xbox at $500 or more, I mean, if it's more, I don't know. We don't know yet, but I can imagine the Xbox being between $500 and $600. That's my guess. I think they're going to sell that console at a loss. Compared to what you can do with a computer and the hardware you can get from AMD or Intel, to get 4K 120 FPS in a game, you've got to spend probably over $1,000 easy to get that capability. Unless you lower graphics settings. We got to remember too, in PC games, there's graphical settings you can change, and then there's resolution. So, sure, you could run 4K 120 FPS, maybe on low settings on your PC, and I imagine the Xbox will run 4K 120 FPS at a lower graphical setting preset, I guess. There's no way it'll be an ultra. Maybe it could be a medium. Maybe some settings will be set high, but not everything will be set to the max. It's just. I think it'd be too taxing on the Xbox, and it's taxing on a PC as well. So, this whole console war thing. Sure, the PlayStation has better exclusives, but it's a tough call because Xbox, from the showcase event, in my opinion, it was a little lackluster. I saw Halo, that looked cool. I saw Avowed, that looked pretty cool. Stalker 2 is really cool. Fable, Forza, but, we saw those coming, especially Forza, it was like, okay, we get a Forza every, 2 years, 3 years, whatnot. And Fable is just a little teaser, so we don't know much just yet on those games. But, when we look at, like, PlayStation's lineup, we got, like, a Spider-Man game, we got, Horizon Zero Dawn, all these great exclusive games. On the Xbox side, we got Halo. There's a lot of multiplayer games that look really good. It's not too many single player games, like the ones that PlayStation has. But I think both have their advantages and disadvantages. But one thing that, again, we should all praise is Xbox Game Pass, because it offers so much for such a good price point. It's not, the fact that you can play now, on your PC or on your Xbox, Xbox is becoming a service for us rather than being a hardware based console. I don't know how to say it. But I don't think I'll be getting the next Xbox unless I can get a good deal on it. What I will be continuing to keep and pay for is Game Pass, because there's such a large value there. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough to it's so tough to talk about and say. But the bottom line is, and my final thoughts are, let's acknowledge that PlayStation has amazing exclusives, and that's the reason to buy that console. The reason to buy the Xbox One Series X to me is a question mark. Sure, you're going to get the best hardware in the console world. But just getting an Xbox One X or the Lockhart, which will be at a cheaper price point, with Game Pass might be a better deal. It's so hard to tell right now because we don't know the price point. But I praise Microsoft and Xbox more for Game Pass than I do, let's say, the exclusives or the hardware. I think 4K is a bit gimmicky right now. It's cool, and maybe it'll sell your console. But for me personally, I don't see the 4K as something that's going to sell me the console. That's just how I feel. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I have nothing more to say. This is a bit ranty, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just my thoughts. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video you just watched, then leave a like and join the XGR team by subscribing. As always, thanks for watching.